In today's video, we'll be looking at the information technology examination paper. This paper is 2 hours long and we'll be going through the questions in this video. In the next video, we'll be looking at the answers for the questions. Okay, so we're gonna move to question one, but before we go to question one, let us look at the instructions. So the instructions are answer all questions. And another instruction states this examination has 4 questions, and the third instruction says in the spaces on this paper, write your answers. And you would do so with using a pen. All right, so we're going to go to question one, and it says answer all questions for this paper. Let's go to question one. John wants to place his essays on the internet and access them using a web address. His users will register to see the essays and wants to save their information in a database that is online. When he uploads new essays, he wants to communicate with his clients and manage any emails that are sent to him. Question 1A. What is the name of the professional in the computer field that would be employed to place John's essay on the internet? Second part of question 1A reads, what is the name of the professional in the computer field that would be employed to manage his emails and online clients? And you would write your answer on these 2 lines, and question 1A is worth 2 marks. Question 1B. What are the 2 tasks of each of the named professionals in question 1A above? And you would write your answer A here on these 3 lines, and you will get 2 marks if you answered the answer correctly. All right, let's go to question 1C. John now gets thousands of emails from unknown email addresses and solicited messages to view other websites. Before he answers the emails, what are 2 security steps that he can take? That would be 4 marks for question 1C. Okay, question 1D. To stop electronic attacks on John's website, what 2 measures can be taken? And this question is worth 2 marks. Let's look at question 1E. John's clients' data are saved in a database. Other than the first and surname, name 2 fields that can be used to collect data on the clients who sign up on John's website. And this question is worth 2 marks. 1F. Information can be extracted from John's database. Select the database terms from Table 1 to complete the database feature shown in Table 2. So here are the database features. In Table 1, we have sort, query, calculated field, report, and form. We're going to use these database features to complete Table 2. So we have task and we have the database features. You would use your pen to write in the answers here. So the first task that is listed states all of the clients who viewed John's essay. The persons who have signed up, a summary of the clients who have requested for each essay, a list of clients in ascending order by country. So you would use this These database features complete table 2. So you use a pen to complete the table. Or 1G. Client search for John's essay that are hosted on Mr. Hughes' website locates the following layout. So here is a layout that was given when the client John's search for John's essay. So here we have it. All right. So here's a question. Use the layout that is shown above to answer the following questions. The name that is given to this type of web page, a web address, an email address, a hyperlink, and this question is worth 4 marks, and question 1 is worth a total of 20 marks. Let us look at question 2. Tom Brown is a systems administrator at King's Junior School. The principal has asked Mr. Brown to write a report that will show the requirements for the computers and other equipment to be purchased for a new computer lab. Question 2A. List any 4 of the main components that each computer system must have. That's question is worth 2 marks. B. State the function of any one of the main components of the computer system. This is worth 1 mark. Questions 2C. Tom will create a network for the computer lab. Write what type of network he will use, and this is worth 1 mark. Question 2D. Before Tom writes his report, he looks on the internet to find specifications of computers that are best for the laboratory. Explain any 2 approaches that Tom may use to evaluate the reliability of the information he retrieves. This question is worth 6 marks. Question 3. The report that Tom will write should have a spreadsheet showing all the requirements for the lab and the estimated cost of the equipment. He started the spreadsheet as shown below, but it needs to be completed. So here we have our spreadsheet. We have the columns labeled A, B, C, and D, and we have the rows labeled from 1 to 15. So we have item description, we have units, price per unit, and the total, right? So we're going to go down now, and it says cell A1 is formatted across columns A, B, C, and D. What is the name of the formatting feature that was used? And this is worth 2 marks. Write the text for the formula to be used in cell D3. Calculate the total cost for the computers for the students. This question is worth 2 marks. Write the text for the function to be used in cell D13 to calculate the total estimated cost. This question is worth 2 marks. If we go up again to look at the spreadsheet, here we have the spreadsheet that is incomplete and we need to find the total estimated cost. Next question. Write the text for the function that must be used in cell B15 to find the average price. This question is worth 2 marks. Here we have the average price here. We're going to go to the next question. Tom wants to reorganize the rows so that they are in order of the most expensive to the least expensive. Explain how he could achieve this requirement using the features of the spreadsheet software. This question is worth 2 marks. And the total marks for question 2 is 20 marks. Question 3. Cinderella needs to buy a dress that costs $3,000 for a wedding. She will sell ice cream to buy the dress. Question 3A1. Cinderella's friend purchased some ice cream. Write an algorithm using pseudocode to ask for the amount of ice cream purchased and display the total if the price for each ice cream is $50. This question was worth 6 marks. Or the next question, Cinderella sold 25 ice creams at $50 each. Explain how Cinderella could know if she raised enough money to buy the dress. This question is worth 4 marks. Question B. Cinderella wants to track the expenses placed for the ice cream so that to achieve this, she makes a spreadsheet. Here's a spreadsheet. We have the columns labeled A, B, C, D, E, and F. And we have the rows numbered, labeled from 1 to 10. Alright, so here's a spreadsheet. We have the cost of the item, which is a dress, $3,000. Then we have the date, the item, the cost, the quantity ordered, and the total due for the column titles for the rows which are listed below. So here we have May 10th. We have vanilla ice cream as an item. We have $50 for the cost, and we ordered one item or one unit of ice cream, and that's $50. We have on May 10, we have grape nut ice cream. We have 2 item quantities were ordered, or units at $50, and we have $100. Then we have the next item. We have on May 15th, the item was strawberry ice cream. The cost is still $50. And 4 units were ordered, and the total due is $200. And then on May 20th, we have raspberry ice cream. We have 1 unit ordered, so the total due is $50. All right, so here's a question. Using the spreadsheet that is shown above, write the functions and or formulas in cell E8 or E9 to show whether Cinderella has raised enough funds. And this question is worth 6 marks. So here we have the spreadsheet. Gonna go to the next question. Write a function that would be typed in cell E10 to display yes if Cinderella would be able to buy the dress, or no if she has not raised enough money. This question is worth 6 marks. So here again is the spreadsheet. Question. Cinderella wants to insert another order for May 9th in row 4. Explain what would happen to the data in row 4. And this question is worth 1 mark. All right, so moving on. Cinderella does not want other persons to see her sales from her ice cream. Explain how she could protect her spreadsheet. This question is worth 1 mark. D. Cinderella wants to learn more about spreadsheets. Her friend told her about some courses, but these courses are only offered in the day. She cannot register for these courses because she is employed during the day. Explain 2 other options that Cinderella could think about to take a similar course. This question is worth 4 marks, and the total marks allotted for this question is 25 marks. Question 4. A. A local area network can be wireless or wired. Sheila has rented a small house and she wants to set up a network that will enable all the devices to be connected in her house. The devices that she uses frequently are 1. A desktop computer, 1. Laptop, 1. Apple smartphone, 1. Apple tablet, and 1. Printer. The question continues. Use a writing device such as a pen to draw lines correctly to indicate the correct labels in the table on the left for the definitions in the table on the right. So here we have the 2 tables, and you're going to use your pen to indicate the correct labels. So you're going to draw lines from the labels in the left-hand table to the correct definitions in the table on the right. So here it is. Right, so we're going to map these or draw lines to the match the correct labels with the correct definition. Okay, so the first item on in the table on the left is network interface card, twisted pair, switch, modem, and router. And the definition in the table on the right are: the right computer is sent messages in a single network using this equipment. Then the next definition: this equipment is used to connect 2 different networks. The next definition: in a local area network, this type of wired transmission media is used. Then the next definition: analog signals are converted to digital signals, and digital signals are converted to analog signals. And the last definition is peers data, receives data, sends data, and controls the flow of data between a computer and the network to which it is connected. This question is worth 5 marks. B. Explain one advantage and one disadvantage of using a wired network over a wireless network. This question is worth 4 marks. C. What is the name of the protocol technology most commonly used to provide wireless computer networking in a house or work office? This question is worth 1 mark. Question D. Write a pseudocode to represent the following steps in an algorithm that is listed below. So the first step is prompt the user by showing the following statement. Kindly enter your supermarket bill total for each week and enter -1 to end entering the amount. The next step, the second step, accept the total from the user until -1 is entered. The third step, determine and display 1. The sum of the total amount entered. 2. The average of the total amount entered. This question is worth 10 marks. Question E. Answer the following question based on this pseudocode. So we have begin, declare test number counter as integer, counter is equal to 0, print quotation marks, open quotation mark, enter positive integers, close quotation mark. Read number, s is equal to number, while counter is less than 5, if number is less than test, test is equal to number, and if counter equals counter plus counter. Read number, end while, print, test, end. So question, what does the algorithm solves and explain how it solves it? You would write your answer in the spaces provided, and this question is worth 5 marks, and the total marks for this question is 25 marks. This brings us to the end of the questions for the information technology examination paper, and in the next video we'll be giving you the answers for the questions in this information technology question paper. Thanks for watching. Please take care until then. Bye. Thanks for watching the video, and don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell, like, comment, and share.